Well, it's July the 21st, and I am heading down to the Kansas farm that Ryan and I put some BB squared and a camera out exactly a week ago today. Him and I actually snuck around and pulled the cards on the two cameras that we put on the home farm here yesterday. Still getting pictures of the longhorn. He's grew a ton since July the 2nd. A lot more tine length, beam length, mass, just a stud of a deer. And we also got a picture of a deer we call Bully 8. He is going to be a really nice, respectable deer this year. He's mature. And we also got a picture of a really cool, non-typical young buck that I'm really looking forward to seeing in a couple years. And also a really nice wide 10-pointer. We're not quite sure how old he is yet. I think he's probably just a 3-year-old, but another year on him, he's going to be a stud as well. So we haven't checked anything in Kansas yet, so I'm going to run down here today and see if there's anything on this camera, and hopefully there will be. There was 12 different shooter bucks on this farm last year throughout the season, and I didn't get one of them put down. Jarrett and I saw a couple of them. Actually, we pretty much saw every one of them. Didn't get footage of all of them. We got footage of a couple of them. So sneak down here and see if some of those bucks are still around. Well, I don't know if you can hear me, it's pretty windy, but it says card full. Pop this in, this little card reader here. See if we didn't get any pictures of some big boys. Alright, so, well, I was sitting down there in my truck and looking at some of those pictures on my little card reader. And I really wasn't seeing much other than a bunch of does and fawns and a couple of little small bucks. So I decided, well, let's just go home and I'll finish looking at the card when I get home here. Put it on the computer so I can really see it better, see if there's any bigger bucks in the background and the beans. And started going through it, and I got within basically 100 pictures to the end of the card. And there hadn't been anything but some really nice looking young bucks, as well as just a ton of does and fawns, which was good to see. But then I got pictures of what I think is a deer. You can see him behind me here. What I think is a 9.5-year-old deer that I have had pictures of forever and never saw in the daylight. We've never seen this deer. No one has ever. We call him Caesar because when I first got pictures of him when he was 5 years old, he had just this big Roman nose, big hump on his nose, so we called him Caesar. I've actually got his shed right here from 2 years ago, so when he was 7 years old, and he had this little extra point here. As you can see there, it's kind of hard for you to see, but let me see if I can focus better on the computer. You can see he's got the short G4 here, shorter G2, which this is a little broken too, but and then the same kind of curl on his G3 and the same curl on his beam, and a real flat looking area here on the lower part of his antler basically, and he's always kind of had that real polished look down there. So I really think it's him. Focus this back here for you. I really think it's him. He does change a lot every year, so it's hard to tell. I mean, last year he had some extra junk. This year he doesn't, but I really think it's him. And he'd be an awesome deer and an unbelievable story that's been years in the making. So hopefully we can get on him this year and put him down. and hopefully some more deer show up.
Well, the sun's getting ready to go down. We are on our way to Kansas, and we've been pretty lucky this summer because I made a job change. I left Scentlock, just nothing but love and great things to say for all those people. It was a great step in my career to get to work with them on the marketing team and things like that. But Whitetail Properties actually approached me about coming aboard as a marketing director this year, and after some deliberation, some praying, a lot of thinking, a lot of conversations with Maddie and my family and everybody, we decided it was the best move for us. So we packed up and came down to Pike County, Illinois, where they're headquartered, and gonna head up their marketing team. And it's been just a great move. We've been there a little over 2 months now, and just couldn't have asked for better people to work with. The town is, Pittsfield, Illinois, where we live in now, is just an amazing town, good small town, American farm country. It's just awesome. It's what what blood runs through our veins, and how we could be so excited to just be a part of that community. But the other great thing is it allows us to be literally half the distance closer to Whitney and Cody. So we love that. So we get to, just a quick drive, just a 5.5, 6 hour drive on the weekends to get over there and spend time with, Maddie's family. And, she's really close with Whitney, her sister, and Cody and I are basically brothers. So it works out really well for us to get to hang out and spend time together. And obviously, kind of goes without saying, but being that much closer to my Kansas hunting property is even better. I hunt a lot of walk-in, hunt a lot of public ground there. Have some permission on some private stuff too with Cam. Obviously, I've hunted with him the last couple of years and had some good hunts. But
Last night in Kansas, baby, we just 10-ringed a big ol' nasty 8-pointer. Boom, son.
So this weekend, it's kind of the start of our story this season. This weekend, we're going to put some cameras out. Cody and I are really going to pound the dirt and get out there and do a lot of scouting and get cameras out and everything, and we're really looking forward to that. I think the girls might have alluded to tanning and fishing. Well, maybe a little bit. Well, we're going to be sweating. Well, we're going to be sweating and doing all the work, but we're okay with that. So, really looking forward to a great weekend with the family. Couldn't be more excited about all the transitions and the blessings that God's put in our lives and where everything is headed. So, stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot of hard work this weekend, putting cameras out and scouting and starting to build those hit lists for this fall. We couldn't be more excited. So Kansas, here we come. The season's just around the corner.
Well, it is July the 31st. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Heading down to pick up Alex. He got in on Friday, and we'd kind of just been fishing yesterday. Took the boat out on the water and just kind of messed around, had some fun. But today we've got the back end full of BB squared here, and we're gonna head down and put some cameras up on some of the ground that he's gonna hunt this year and see what's around. Got Spartan cameras with us. Tried them out this last week, and they are awesome. Seriously, one of the best cameras I've ever used. Been very impressed with them. The nighttime pictures are awesome, and the daytime pictures are super clear and vivid, so very impressed with those. We're going to get a couple more of those out and see, keep testing them, see how well they do. But I'm going to head up here to the gas station and get something to drink, and then head down there and get Alex, and we're going to get some more cameras out.
By now my baby
Kansas buck deer time. Let's go. Whoa, we got fish poles everywhere.
Oh, there's all kinds of junk back there.
Oh, finally. We want to put some trail cameras out for big Kansas bucks. Morning, Cody Butler.
Did you hear that? Big Kansas bucks.
Giants. Cody and I always talk about how bad we get poison ivy, but the one thing in the world that is worse than poison ivy is chiggers. And if you've never been out to Nebraska or Kansas, or actually anywhere in the Midwest this time of year, you basically just take a bath in this stuff because you don't want them.
And I have them.
And you've got them.
You know what they say, big deer make big tracks.
Let's throw that away for a rainy day. This is a cool little spot. It kind of, this draw kind of bends back around into some bigger timber, but it separates the two fields, and it's a nice shaded, cool, low spot right here. So I think we're gonna put the camera just right here on one of these trees and just kind of, again, we're just starting to take inventory. We're kind of between Cody finishing his house and me moving to Illinois and starting with whitetail properties and just finally getting out here. We're kind of getting a little bit of a later start than we like, but it's still fairly early enough to where we'll be all right. So we're gonna see what the Spartan will tell us. It's like breakfast cereal for people.
Well, Alex is over there getting the Spartan ready to rock. He just poured out a bunch of deadly dust here, and there's a ton of big deer tracks right around here. There's a really heavy trail. I don't know if you can see it very good, but super duper heavy trail right here. They're kind of walking this lane that they use to get the combine, the tractor, into this back field. But there's a little pond right over here, and that is where I found a deer I call Bingo last year, dead. We don't know if he was poached or not, but when we pulled him out of the water, he did look like he had either an arrow hole or a bullet hole or something in his side, but just hard to tell. Who knows? Either way, he was a 193-inch deer, absolute giant that we had on this farm for a couple different years, and trying to kill him last year, and somebody else got to it before we did, evidently. But hopefully we can get a deer like him here and get one killed this year.
We just kind of took a little walk. We just got that camera set up. We just took a little walk up here. I mean, you can see, it's first 5 rows in, 10 rows in are absolutely demolished. So they're definitely here. I mean, that's good. And it's a perfect little spot, like we said. This nice big draw kind of cuts between these two fields. And there's a pond right here, which is where Cody found that Bingo, that 193-inch deer last year. But it's just a really good hub where everything kind of comes together right here. So we're definitely going to keep our eye on this spot, but they're definitely in here, which is great to see. It's awesome.
Not to mention, there's a tree stand right over there.
Oh. Gosh. Let's get in that thing. Let's start right now. No.
the Gilstrom deer hunting era is up. We're gonna head to what we call the lake farm. I don't know if that mic's on.
It is.
It is? Okay. Start over.
I ain't no rookie, boy.
Lovely starshine lights my way to bed. Magic rainbows glisten in my head. Just like a child I live in Wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.